Okay, beta. So, what are you seeing here? Mass peristalsis or mass movement propels the fecal matter from colon towards the anus. Usually, this movement occurs only a few times every day. Duration of mass movement is about 10 minutes in the morning, before or after breakfast. This is because of the neurogenic factors like gastrocolic reflex. So, what is this gastrocolic reflex? See, whenever we are eating food, what is happening? It is causing these the rectum and the anal canal to stretch and allow this undigested food to come out. Okay, so that is one reflex, that is gastrocolic reflex. Picture is there, but this is defecation. Some people immediately after eating food they get the feeling of passing like motion. Huh? So that is the gastrocolic reflex. That means whenever stomach is stretched, it is reflexly stimulating the colon also to open and empty. That reflex is gastrocolic reflex. Diagram was there, I'm not finding. Not, this is 43.3, no? So it should be there. Oh, in this book it is missing, madam. 43.3 diagram. Oh, this is defecation reflex only is given. Okay. Okay, beta. So whenever we are eating food, the reflex information is going from the stomach to the large intestine, and the large intestine is stretched, and you will see the passing out of fecal matter. Very simple. That's what is called as mass peristalsis. Read once, you will understand. Okay. Okay. What is cyanosis? So many times we discussed. Ritika, bluish discoloration
Oh,
of the mucous membrane,
blue is
the
skin.
nail, isn't it? So the extremities,
Ah,
palms and soles. Okay, whenever there is no proper oxygen supply to the tissues. No? Why does it occur? Suppose
yeah.
if there is cardio, see in the newborn babies, we see this cyanosis because of congenital birth defects of the heart. It may be interatrial septal defects or interventricular septal defects. No? Stenosis of the valves, anything like that, it will cause
Hmm.
improper oxygenated blood through the aorta to the tissues, leading to bluish discoloration. That is cyanosis. Okay? Then, role of skin in regulation of body temperature. Do you remember vasoconstriction and vasodilatation mechanism, beta? Summer, winter, I told you in the flow chart.
Ah,
So in case of winter season, what happens? There is peripheral vasoconstriction, and you will see there is sweat glands are actually everything is conserved. That means the sweat glands are not actively functioning. There is less blood supply to the skin, so that there is minimal loss of heat to the atmosphere. So that there is more and more retention of heat inside the body. This is the conservation of heat. Similarly, in summer season, there will be peripheral vasodilatation and lot of sweat will be there because outside temperature is quite high. In order to regulate the inside body temperature, there will be heat loss in the form of sweat. There you will see peripheral vasodilatation with loss of heat in the form of sweat in summer. There is a flow chart in renal system chapter, beta, once you please see. Then what are bile salts, beta? Salts of cholic and lithocolic acids, no? So what do they do?
ah,
Bile salts. They go into the composition of bile juice also and they help in emulsification of fats, no?
hmm.
Liver chapter bile salts is given. See here, but you have this flowchart bile salts. This is the formation of bile salts. The bile salts are sodium glycocolate, sodium tarocolate, potassium tarocolate. These are the names what you are supposed to write. So what do they do? Bile salts, they actually go into the composition of bile juice. No, that's how they help in emulsification of fats. Okay, they help in absorption of fats. They cause the contraction of gallbladder to release bile juice into the duodenum. Okay, that is cholecog action. Cholinergic action is it stimulates more and more production of bile juice from the liver. That is cholinergic action. It also helps in easy expulsion of fecal matter. That is laxative function. Okay, it also prevents the formation of gallstones. Okay, anyway, it is only for 5 marks. No, better just check once. I think there is power capital. Then bile salts, then GFR, rigor mortis. What is rigor mortis? The stiffening what is developed in the body after death. Shortly after death, you will see the body becomes completely stiff. Okay, that condition is called as rigor mortis. Why does it occur? Because calcium is not there for the muscle to contract again. So that
Contract.
for a small time, for a small period of time, you will see the muscle will be like completely in that contracted state. Like whole body becomes very much stiff. That stiffening of body is nothing but rigor mortis. We will see rigor mortis once. One 183 page. See, rigor mortis. See. Here refers to condition of the body after death, characterized by stiffness of muscles and joints. It occurs due to stoppage of aerobic respiration, which causes changes in muscles. Soon after death, membrane becomes highly permeable to calcium. So large number of calcium ions will escape, enters the muscle fibers and promotes the formation of actomyosin complex, resulting in contraction of muscles. That means you are finding more and more calcium entry into the inside the muscle fibers and they are in the state of contraction. Few hours after death, all muscles of body undergo severe contraction and they become rigid. The joints also become stiff and locked. So normally, for relaxation, muscle needs to drive out calcium, which requires ATP. But during continuous muscular contraction and other cellular processes after death, ATP molecules are completely exhausted. They are not available. So calcium cannot go outside, no beta. So a lot of calcium is available inside the muscular muscle fibers, so that the muscles all are contracting and the muscle is our body is becoming very much stiff. So that stiffened body is nothing but rigor mortis. So it remains in contracted state until the onset of decomposition, until the bacteria enters and starts digesting. Okay, that is decomposition. So medical legal importance is we can know the time of death, how many minutes, how many hours have passed after death. We can assess how many hours back that death has occurred. Okay, right, is usually determining the time of death. So stiffness actually starts between 10 minutes and 3 hours after death, depending upon the condition of the body and environmental temperature at the time of death. The body is active, environmental temperature is high, the stiffness is quite fast. Within 10 minutes only we will see. And the stiffness develops first in facial muscles and then spreads to other muscles. Maximum stiffness usually occurs at around 12 to 24 hours of death. Sometimes it may continue for 1 to 3 days. That means calcium is remaining entrapped inside the muscle fibers for 3 days also. So after decomposition, usually you will see the bacterial enzymes, cathepsins, galvalins, they are causing the exit of calcium from these muscle fibers back to the tissue spaces, okay, because of which this stiffness is relieved. This is called as resolution of rigor. Okay, The tight actomyosin complex is broken down with the action of cathepsin and calpains. Okay, beta, that is all about rigor mortis. Understood, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Glomerular filtration rate, what is that? Page, please check. GFR, there will be a formula you have to remember, beta. The amount of blood which is filtered and the amount of urine which is found. Per ml per minute we will calculate. That is GFR. Glomerular filtration rate. See, glomerular filtration rate is defined as total quantity of filtrate formed in all nephrons of both the kidneys in given unit of time. How much is GFR? 125 ml per minute or 180 liters per day. Understood? Total quantity of filtrate, that means in whatever, some millions of nephrons we have, no better. So how much amount of glomerular filtrate which is formed in millions of nephrons of both the kidneys. Okay, that's what is glomerular filtration rate. It is 125 ml per minute, or how many liters of blood is filtered? 180 liters per day. How much amount of blood do we have in our circulation? 5
5
liters.
liters.
See, because it is circulating so many times per minute, 125 ml of blood is visiting these glomerulus. That's how 180 liters is filtered in the glomerulus. But maximum amount of water and minerals are continuously reabsorbed. No? That's why you will
Hmm.
see we are not suffering with any dehydration or shock, isn't it? So that's what is glomerular filtration rate. But I hope we are done with the paper.
Yes.
Okay, beta. Then study well.